Conor McGregor ripped into Mike Tyson and Jake Paul's controversial boxing fight and roasted people who'd go on to see such a circus.
It's 2 minute rounds, is it? Is it 2 minute rounds? Who gives a bollocks? I hope Mike rattles a little dope. No one gives a fuck about him. How is that even in the fucking in Dallas Stadium? What's
McGregor didn't hold back in his commentary about the upcoming November 15th bout, which has drawn criticism for the significant age difference between the competitors, with Tyson stepping into the ring at 58 to face YouTuber Paul, who is 31 years his junior. McGregor took aim at the fights. Regulations which stipulate 2-minute rounds and the use of heavier 14-0 gloves during the raucous live session. The former UFC champion shouted, "Mike Tyson, this is your stock. I don't give a belock they're wearing 14-0 gloves, and it's 2-minute rounds. Who gives a bullocks with the event set to take place at T Stadium, home to the Dallas Cowboys and capable of accommodating over 100,000 spectators." McGregor openly questioned the legitimacy of the venue choice for the fight. The former UFC two-time division champion concluded with a blunt wish for Tyson. "I hope Mike rattles the little dope. No one gives a fucks about him. How is that even in the Dallas Stadium?" McGregor, who plans to make a UFC comeback in 2025 and has been seen training and social media videos, complimented the boxing legend's recovery. "You had a little health scare. I don't know what happened to you on the plane, but you look great now, mate. You look great now, mate. You look great now, for real. So off you go. You love to see it." But Jake Paul was quick to counter with a mocking twist. Paul posted a video of McGregor and jabbed Conor McGregor's crash out needs to be studied.
Odds on Tyson, Jake Paul. Who gives a bollocks?
Nobody gives a bollocks.
No one gives a fuck about him.
Nobody gives a fuck about that lad.
I hope Mike rattles a little dope.
I hope Tyson fucking cracks that lad.
How is that even in the fucking Dallas Stadium?
How the fuck did they even get a stadium?
This is Mike Tyson Kush, yes.
This is Tyson Weed. Tyson Weed.
There's no one doing it like me. Nobody.
I'm still the fucking king of this shit, right?
Jake then doubled down with another post. Paul threw shade at McGregor's supposed eagerness, saying, "And for the record, I would destroy this guy in the ring or in the cage. Keep begging for your date, ha." It's obvious that Conor's reaction to the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight was nothing short of. The fact that Tyson is returning to the ring to face a much younger and faster opponent than him. However, Mike Tyson's last trainer, Jeff Fennick, saw him quit on his stool and knows who wins Jake Paul fight. He stated, "I have no doubt if Mike takes it easy and doesn't try to punch at the same time, if he makes Jake Paul miss, Mike will knock him out in a couple of rounds, 100%. I spoke to Mike and I told him what I felt. Hopefully he'll listen to me. We said the same thing anyway. If he does what he said, then I have no doubt he will knock him out. They'll have no problem." Fennick, who is recovering from heart surgery but has been in contact with Iron Mike to check on preparations, told Wide World of Sports the former undisputed heavyweight champion can end the fight in 1 minute. He further added, "We were talking about my health. I'm not worried about my health, don't get me wrong, but I'm more worried about him and hope he does the right thing to beat Jake Paul. If Mike lands one clean punch, if he makes him miss, he will make him pay. If he doesn't try and strike at the same time and is patient, the fight could be over in 1 minute." But analyst and former Tyson's coach Teddy Atlas said it was not surprising the 58-year-old looks good on the pads, but warned a real fight is extremely different. He said, "I'm always going to shoot it down the middle. Whether you like it or not, it's one thing to hit someone when ain't no one hitting back when you're a certain athlete, when you have those quick twitch muscles, when you're of a certain stature that the ordinary person will never realize." You could be a baseball player at 58 and get in a batting cage. What do you think the guy's going to look like? He's going to look pretty good. That can be deceiving. All I'm saying is that when you see those videos, I would expect him to be able to do that because he was that elite of a talent. As for how the fight will play out, Atlas said Tyson is likely to be dangerous for the opening 2 rounds, but that the youth of Paul will take over if he survives. He further added, "If it's legitimate, if it's not prearranged, yeah, the first couple minutes could be a little risky for Paul against a guy who was the youngest heavyweight champ and a guy with one of the greatest combinations of speed and power in the history of the heavyweight division for 1 or 2 rounds. Could it be a little hairy? Yeah. If he don't catch him or he don't hurt him, then the gas tank starts to putter. If that happens, then the young man would have the advantage. Even a young man who's far less accomplished in the game. Fans and professionals alike are concerned about Tyson's health, particularly considering his history of sciatica, which may induce numbness and even temporary paralysis. Tyson also had a health scare in May, delaying his planned July out due to an ulcer flare-up. Despite these fears, Tyson has consistently told supporters that he is healthy and ready to fight.
Physical health.
I'm doing great. You know, I had a problem. What was that stuff called again? Baby, what's that?
No.
Huh?
Ulcer.
I had
Ulcer.
ulcer, yeah.
Oh, that's not that big. I mean, it's a big deal.
Oh,
But you can get past it.
Yeah, I got past it.
Mike Tyson has also confessed that it's difficult for him to walk. Tyson revealed some details about his health while commentating at a Cage War event, a mixed martial arts company. He said, "It's hard to walk right now, but 2 months from now, I'm going to be perfect." His confidence remains strong, but the realities of his age are clear. Despite this, the former heavyweight champion is training hard, working out 3 to 4 times every day. When asked if he was going to bed early to relax for training, Tyson shrugged and said, "No, I'm going to enjoy my time here tonight with all my childhood friends." And hell with Jake Paul. Chasonen responded to Tyson's remark by expressing his worry about his health. The former UFC fighter pointed out that Tyson at his age is losing his physical ability, but Jake Paul is still in his prime and developing with each bout. He said Jake is at the right time of his life. When you do get better. Mike is now stating publicly that he cannot walk, and nowhere is a statement or response or even a thought by the overseeing commission to reconsider this fight. These concerns are valid due to the age difference and how much Mike Tyson already got hit in the head during his career. Those constant strikes to the head are one of the most dangerous consequences of athletes of sports such as American football, combat sports, rugby, and any other sport that includes constant trauma to the head. That's the main concern, and even Mike Tyson has to be thinking about that specifically. Granted, Mike wasn't hit that bad in his career, but he still was hit constantly. Oscar De La Hoya is worried for Tyson's well-being. Oscar believes that Tyson has a puncher's chance to win the fight, that too, in the first 3 rounds. Other than that, Oscar didn't seem impressed by what Jake Paul has been doing in choosing his opponents.
Versus Canelo, there are a lot of rumors that that fight might happen.
You know, at the end of the day, they're 2 great pound-for-pound fighters, and if they feel like, you know, it makes sense and they want to fight each other, stylistically, it's a great fight. But, you know, Canelo, he's a big dude. So I think it'd be hard for anyone to beat him at 168. But, you know, it's definitely a big money fight, and that's why we're all in boxing, you know, to make the biggest fights and try to be great.
You know, since you've been gone, there have been a lot of exhibition fights. What do you make of stuff like Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson?